Hello, beautiful people, and thank you for tuning in once again. I want to talk about sex and love. Interesting topic, right? What is the difference? Is there a difference between sex and is there a difference between love? Are they the same thing? It's complex. We're human beings, we're complex. So I'll just give you guys, my opinion on the matter, my own conclusions up to this point in my life. Here's the way I see it. As I'm sitting here right now talking to this video, there's probably so many bacteria inside my gut having sex with one another and trying to reproduce. And as I'm sitting here, there's probably so much sex going on around me right now, right? I'm just sitting here in the woods. There's probably so many little things that I can see and I can't see having sex all over. So sex is sort of a built-in mechanism in this matrix, in this virtual reality, to keep the matrix going and reproducing. Okay, and it's a built-in mechanism. So we humans are no exception. If we want to keep the species going, you got to get people to hump. If people are not humping, right, if they're not going at it like this, the species can go extinct, So no species wants to go extinct, even though something like 95% of all species that ever lived went extinct, and it seems to be the inevitable conclusion. But too much of a tangent. I don't want to go there right now. Okay, let's stick to the subject: sex and love. So, sex is this thing that keeps life going, that keeps the matrix going, and it seems to be a lot of animals do it just for reproductive purposes. The mating season, they do it, and they probably get some sort of pleasure out of it, but it's nowhere near as the complexity of human sexuality. That's very complex, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, here's what happens when you're having sex with someone. You could separate sex and love. It is totally possible. If the two people going in say, hey, I do not want to share emotions, nothing, but let's enjoy this act of procreation. I mean, it's pleasurable, right? Even if there's no emotions involved, it's a pleasurable act. There is pleasure in there. Of course, there is. So you could actually have sex without love. If the two people decide we're not gonna know too much about each other here, we're not gonna be too invested in each other, but we're gonna share this intimate, pleasurable moment with one another. So it's totally possible. So sex and love are not the same thing. They're different, right? But combine them both together, and now you have something, I think the name for orgasm, and you are orgasming in both cases, whether there's love or no love, right? But the name for orgasm, I think the word orgasm comes from a French word. I don't want to butcher it. So, but it means little death, because your ego, when you orgasm, your ego dies. It's not there anymore, right? And when you're with another person, well, you two are inside each other, right? Your male protrusion of expression of the universe, the penis, the vagina, which is the female expression of the universe, are coming together, and they're dissolving duality, creating oneness, transcendence, right? And so this is why sex and love are inevitable. If the two people in there are having sex with each other more often, and they're opening up their hearts and opening up who they are and their previous things in life and their dreams and aspirations, of course you're gonna have love develop. And it's gonna be so fucking mind-blowing and powerful, because you have two bodies coming together, as intimate as you can possibly get. When a penis is inside a vagina, that is as intimate as you can get, and both bodies are together, that. There you go, you're inside. That's your dissolved duality for that moment. Female and male coming together, right, to create transcendence, oneness. So yeah, sex and love are not the same thing. They're not the same thing. Sex is a mechanism that we use to reproduce, and it's become a source of pleasure as well, right? However, there's some serious potential to develop loving feelings towards the other person through the very intimate act of sex. And I cannot think of any more intimate act, really. Isn't that the ultimate intimate act. I mean, your bodies are coming together, your souls are becoming one, right? That's as intimate as it gets, really. As intimate as you can get in this human body, at least, with someone else. So you're bound to develop loving feelings towards the other person. And the other person is bound to develop loving feelings if both of you are even mildly sharing your emotions and your heart with each other. Love is inevitably going to develop, right? So it's pretty complex. Human sexuality is one of the most complex things because, you know, it's for us, it's a great source of pleasure. That many animals, to them, you know, maybe gives them a little pleasure, but, you know, they do it just for mating, a lot of them. But for us, we do it for pleasure. We do it for intimacy, really, for intimacy, right? So, like I said, I can't think of too many things like that are more intimate, just being in each other's, inside each other. Well, how more intimate you want to get. And inevitably you develop loving feelings, very strong loving feelings, also chemically known as oxytocin, the love hormone, right? So yeah, my conclusion on that, I think, is sex and love are two different things, but combined together, they can create one hell of an experience on this temporary Earth planet, in this temporary human existence, in this human body that we're going through life with, okay? So that's my 2 cents on sex and love, and we'll talk more again. Check out my book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life inside and outside the gym, in all areas of life. If you want to be more badass, 22 pages for free, link in the description, in the comments. I love you guys. I love every single one of you. Much love, pure love. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.